Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Here's the kicker, Aldrick Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
From the 41, Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
I still remember a scouting report that a former Giants GM had on Eli Manning coming out of Mississippi. He simply said he has it. And we always talk about the it factor, which means they're going to play large in big moments, in key situations, and Eli Manning has always had that. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on 2nd down. Manning gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Faking the give to Barkley, now Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing is Manning. Finds his tight end Ingram. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
50, plant.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Yeah.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. We're scoreless after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Manning going to come up on 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw is Manning, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's coming. Double up. Double up.
Now a play fake. Manning. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Set. 15, run it. 15, run. Screen. Get it.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Powerful running. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
I got him.
Another try for Barkley. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation. That's
complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. And Dalton to throw. Green brings it in. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down now, but the clock continues to move. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Dalton now to pass. He's got Green. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Dalton here from the gun. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The New York set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Throwing now is Manning. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Manning. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Manning going to come up on 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Manning to throw once more. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Manning. The tight end, Rhett Ellison with it. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Saquon Barkley. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
A first down carry for Barkley. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw it with Manning. That's into the hands of the tight end Ellison. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action here on first down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Barkley. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. To throw on third down, Manning. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Dalton going deep downfield for Rowe. And got his man complete. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
And it'll be Dalton again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem from me.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
Bullock's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
And now out come the Giants. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Manning. That one caught by Ellison. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Keep playing.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, Barkley. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Manning gonna throw here. He'll get that complete to Simonson, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Manning. That's caught by Penny. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Go.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. It's do or die for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.